JLogar here with a very special guest who plays fifth at the Gen Con Treasure Cup that just happened this past weekend. We have Athivan here rocking the one and only starter deck Croc. He went X1, earning the Serial Luffy. Let's take a look at your deck list here.
Sure, we can do that. Leader I'm playing is Crocodile. I'm playing a different build from most Crocodile players with the Impel Down package. So, 4 buggies. Let me know if it's in the shop properly.
Yeah, you're good.
2 Galdinos, so Mr. 3. 4 Bonclay, which is a 2K counter of 5/5. 4 Crocodiles, 5/7. Just a vanilla. 3 6/7 Luffy's, and 3 Ivankov. I also play a couple of events, which is 2 Gumbo Marines and 2 Deathwings. So this is like the bulk of the deck, which is for like the Impel Down package part of it. And moving on from that,
Before we move on, why the Impel Down package?
so I felt like in OPO1 I played Croc as well, OPO1, 2, and the main thing that Croc was missing is basically Nami, right? And I found that out from my buddy Julian, who's here with us today. Yeah, that's pretty much the main thing that was missing, a searcher, right? And with blue, a searcher is really good because what you can do is you can bounce it with your own cards and play it again, recycle it, and really dig your deck for cards that you need. In this case, it's like something like Deathwing, for example. Late game, you can search it. It's really good. And then also, it's a lot more aggressive than any other like Crocodile builds because of the Monkey Luffy and all the 7K beaters, right? You play on 7 Dawn, you can play 2 7Ks or even a blocker and a 7K. Yeah, that's
Cool. Yeah.
and aside from the Impel Down package, there's a few other things that we play. So starting with 1 drops, we play 4 of the starter deck 1 drop blocker laws, 2 Kayas, 2K counter, 2 Alvidas, which is another 2K counters, 3 All Sundays, which is a unique card to Croc. You can only play it in Croc or Brokeworks decks. And what it does is on KO, you retrieve an event from your trash, right? And then one of the most important cards is the 3 drop Dofi because of the stacking ability, and also it's a blocker that's 4K, so you can't Vista it or anything like that without putting in some work to get rid of it, right? After that, I played 2 Zeths, which is really nice after you've played Dofi. So say for example you put like an All Sunday in hand, you can mill a couple events too, just so you don't draw them, but you have it in your trash so you can retrieve it with All Sunday if needed. And then 3 Mihawks. That card's pretty self-explanatory.
All right, so this is for the Treasure Cup. I'm being fifth place, going X1.
Yeah.
What do you find yourself out of the day? I'm not sure if you remember all your matches, but what do you find yourself having like the toughest matchup?
Toughest matchup? That's a good question. I would say like Lucci can be tough sometimes because of the ability to clear board. And something like Kuro, for example, like a rogue deck, right? That you don't see too often, just because I wasn't too familiar with the matchup. And also, I forgot to mention, I also played 4 Love Loves and 2 3,000 Swords.
Nice. Actually, let's take a look at your leader.
Yeah.
In regards of any blue deck, why Croc over like Dofi or even the Blurple Crocodile?
Just the leader ability is pretty nice, especially on, say for example, 10 Dawn. If I just play a Mihawk and I already have a Luffy on board, that's 3 bounces I can do in that one turn, and it really like just removes board. The other thing, rather than Dofi, for example, there's All Sunday, which lets me use my events back to back, and I just find that it has the strongest mid game. Opposed to Blurple Croc, the 4 life can be tough, especially in a format with like yellow who can trash your life and then swing large numbers, right? And in that deck, you want to stay at a hand size of like 4 cards. So I find, and there's really no limit to Croc, right?
Should we do
What was
the
your toughest matchup at Gen Con?
yeah?
Toughest matchup. So I lost to Law, which is like for me, like usually Law is free, but in that case, like sometimes you brick, right? And also like Otama is probably a card that I should bottom deck as soon as I see it. And he's trying to make a chat. Well, like you don't want to waste 9 Dawn to bottom Otama, right? So yeah, definitely a couple misplays on my part, but I would say toughest matchup at Gen Con. There's a really good Whitebeard player that I played against close to the final round. That was the toughest Whitebeard I played that tournament. But yeah, that's about it.
Cool. I think that's about it. Do you have any shout outs or anything that you want to say?
Shout out to all the boys in Mississauga who we play with that are the locals. Shout out to Will Hagen as well. And shout out to Cardi. I'll be in his video next.
All right, thanks.